welcome back to Science with Mrs. MG. So we've had 2 investigations so far on how to separate a mixture, and today we're going to go ahead and continue with that investigation. So our focus question today is, how can you separate a mixture of dry materials? So we've done a wet investigation, but now we're going to start moving into dry investigation. So our cup today is made up of 1 gravel, 1 salt, and 1 powder. And
wait, Miss MG.
Oh my gosh, what's up?
I was setting up the materials and a mystery ingredient fell in, and I don't know what it is.
Uh-oh. Was it like one of those unmarked containers in the bin?
Yeah, it just fell in.
Okay, well, I don't know what it is either. So why don't we kind of investigate what's here that we can use to separate our mixture, and we can kind of come up with a game plan. So it looks like I have a screen. It looks like I have coffee filters. There's some magnets here. My syringe, some water, my cups, a spoon, and another cup. And it looks like I have a stand for filtering. Well, what we do know is that we have some gravel in there, some salt, and some powder. So how am I gonna go ahead and separate this? How did we get the gravel out last time? Do you remember 5th grade? I think we started with our screen. So let's see if the screen works again. Okay, so I'm gonna take my mixture right here, and I'm just gonna like separate it through. And let's see if I can like shift that and sift and like try to get it all out. Ooh, that worked pretty darn well. Okay, so I'm gonna put in this cup right here my pebbles. So it looks like my gravel looks to be pretty well sifted out. Then we had the powder and the salt. And if memory serves me right, did we add water to this? I think we did. So let's see what happens when I add 50 milliliters of water. So I got my water. Okay. And I got my water here. Whoa, okay. So obviously we have some very high-end science materials here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my empty cup underneath. And I think we used 2 filters last time. So I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 coffee filters, pop them in, whoop, push them down. I'm gonna add my 50 milliliters of water here, and I'm gonna add it into my cup. I'm gonna like swirl it around, and we know that like swirl sounds make the world a better place. So swirly, 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 whoosh, 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 whoosh. Oh man. This gravel is really dirty. Look how nasty and dirty my water is now. So I'm gonna like swirl it up. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into my filter. So through the magic of science, let's see what, oh man. Okay. So hopefully this is gonna pull out my powder. And remember, we said our powder was diatomaceous earth last time. So let's see what's kind of coming out here. Excellent. Okay, well, in my cup, I can tell that I still have my salt water, but let's go ahead and look here in my coffee filter. It looks like here in the bottom, I have that diatomaceous earth powder mix, some little gravel particles. So we're gonna call this one done. So it looks like my diatomaceous earth has been filtered out. So now I'm back to where I was in our first investigation we did in video number 1. So I know that I have a cup of gravel, I got my filter that has the diatomaceous earth, and now I have this cup, and we found out in our last investigation that there is really salt in here with the water. So the only way I can separate this is through evaporation, which kind of leaves the only thing left to be my gravel here. So let's kind of look at my gravel. Let's look at it up close. Okay, I've used used almost all of my materials here except for one thing. And that would be this like set of magnets. So do you think I should like see if there's some magnets in there? Because I'll be honest, this just looks like rocks to me. Does that look like rocks to you? That looks like rocks to you. Okay, let's see what happens. Whoa! I'm gonna like do a little swirly in there, see what happens. Look at that! 5th grade, there were magnets in there. Miss Riley, did you accidentally put a scoop of magnets in there?
Oops. I guess so.
My God. Okay, so let's go ahead and review what we just found out through our investigation. So we already knew from our first two is that you can separate a mixture with number 1, a filter. We also found out that you can separate a mixture by using a screen. We know that you can separate a mixture using evaporation. And then today, the final step in our how can we separate a mixture with dry materials, we found out that number 4, our final way to be able to separate, that this was using a magnet. Man. So, I have filter, screen, evaporation, magnet. Now, 5th grade, as we begin to kind of delve deeper and think about this, we're going to turn to our textbook and kind of read a little bit about taking mixtures apart. Then we're going to go back and answer the focus question. And our focus question again is how can you separate a mixture of dry materials? I'm looking forward to reading your answers. Don't forget, 3 to 5 sentences. All right, goodbye, I love you, and I'll see you at our next investigation.